must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul.
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start.
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean...
I take no pleasure in saying this, but...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events... well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with that?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you...
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision, yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason...
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included... It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power... The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond it. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind...
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
I understand. But how things will go in the future depends on... Our minds have connected several times before. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, it's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero.
Paimon's still worried.
I was going to contact you about... In fact, I was going... Even though he only had... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm.
Fine, let's call it truce.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident, Paimon.
If there are no further objections, I suggest... Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy!
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiate.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh! Paimon's never seen anything like this.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information... Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now...
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission?
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay...
Hey, so... Say we... what are you smirking?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge treat!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establish...
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the one...
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but...
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he... Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person...
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like any...
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatar...
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of...
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings.
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, as I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between—
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, you allowed Akame to take all— even now.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? And recently, as you well know, none of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, but that doesn't faze you, does—
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely—
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torachiyo.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat?
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't—
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your—
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well. At least for the first few days. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, and yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no—
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a... If you must know, I'm happy to divulge...
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for...
That's it? That's why you...
Look how even the righteous so... My device functions precisely as you say. It is easier for a... Make no mistake.
He has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster or a deep... I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend be... Mr. Niwa? Oh. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore! Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn it? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks...
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me." The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift." The mechanic removed the withered heart. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irmin's...
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can
Huh? About what?
the reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your... I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to... Done.
Huh? What the? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything...
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow. Oh no, he's really gone!
Oh, can you hear me?
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of...
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out!
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that, but did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or...
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nihida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this for... We're running out of time. Follow my lead and... This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I...
An emergency? How about...
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct...
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before? He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn, even if no one was there to... So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry. Paimon accidentally... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is... Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken and Drayan chili chicken. Almond tofu, satisfying salad. Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, what do we... Paimon was, talking? Huh. The Balladeer? Is that a food too? What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something... So, the bell... Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but... Is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
The wind rises. following me.
Stabilize!
There is no escape!
The depths beckon!
You dare to gaze upon me? Squall and fury. Bow your head. You want to learn more? Behold!
Solidify!
Illusion shattered!
The wind rises. Wretched vermin!
Nothing to fear! Stabilize! Kamisato up! Suiyu!
There is no escape!
Behold! The wind rises. relax. There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind... Rise and shine, sleepyhead. The sun's already in your eyes. The wind rises. Behold! Squall and fury. I'm used to this. The price for my sin. Are you sure it has to be me? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem. You're so happy just to see the sun again. How childish.
It's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that we learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden.
That, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deep in his heart. The whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back, fiercely. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke... My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to... On to the next stop! Lead the way, traveler! Paimon will be...
Okay.
Squall and Fury. Behold!
Are you here to play with me?
Gather!
The more,
Be still.
the merrier.
Illusion shattered!
Know your place! The wind rises. Squall and Fury. Upon the gale. The wind rises.
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters.
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing...
Are they...
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner...
We'll be heading in there.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very... As for the commissioner himself, well...
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's all, I must say, many things in Inazuma's. I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins it. The commissioner has such a bit, they say it's because they get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Oh, Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start to... It's been many years now since the late... As someone who is old and... So, in the future, if you ever do have the time... Wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too! Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we...
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now. We're, great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry.
All right, then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken.
Very well. Safe trip.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever. Relax.
Well, here we are.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is...
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some... If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in... Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history as one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation goes back around 1,000...
A couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was... They say he was a mechanic who can...
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna?
Oh, I didn't...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? I do know the word, Inazuman for those, but sadly, I've never had the pleasure. Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. Come on, you got it? All right.
slow.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba! Sawada! You're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment...
We have time.
It's the same topic we discussed...
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made it. Huh?
I presume you'll want to read my...
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time...
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story.
Wow. So many new details.
Well, well. So it all comes down to...
Ugh.
So there's no...
This new information actually...
Yes, okay, point taken.
And they're back at it.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us.
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Too slow.
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's...
The Balladeer? It sounds like... You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me? Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul.
But how is he even...
As the Traveler said, he very nearly, nevertheless.
So, you believe this person really...
Yes. The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. So if there's anyone in the world capable of...
Paimon's having a hard time...
I can only make inferences. Something else worrying you? Something... It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had... Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, he couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if the story makes sense, every part of it, the Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. he was unsuccessful. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to...
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of...
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked... You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story...
Hold on. So this record...
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story and changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. This story is abstract, but if we connect all the different pieces... There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. The kitten too wished to become a fox. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flame." The fire was extinguished, but the two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, never again would it cherish a single creature. How it wished to swallow. I will become the new...
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his to become a god. He was experimented on. This memory was extracted. Creating a deity was... I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams. And
it's hard to believe that this person really exists. Paimon has no memory of him.
The Balladeer agreed to... Before he vanished, we still don't know how to...
It sounds like Paimon...
This is why wisdom... So the answer is not everything. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to... To others looking on, never forget that, and that is what you have been...
Yeah, Nahita's right.
Good idea.
You got it. Come on. Let's go get a snack for one of the stalls in the campus. be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Squall and Fury. Search for it. Quit following me. Too slow. The wind rises.
What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. What is it? Have you Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing.
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this...
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to...
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a... You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you...
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let it...
Behold! Yeah, this'll do.
He's the balladeer? What are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with? You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down... Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said...
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take shelter in his cart.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you. Okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Quit following me. The wind rises. Squall and fury. Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank... But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world. Like, imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why's this guy... But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the...
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting. Quit following me. The wind rises. Too slow. Hup. Squall and fury. Following me. The wind rises. Behold! Too slow. The wind rises.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an...
You say that you are trekking across Tevat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugen.
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to... I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to...
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like? Oh, okay. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like if it's that difficult to talk about, I have no but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something...
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. As a you drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and...
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain...
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but... yeah, we weren't your biggest...
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random... He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be...
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves.
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental...
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my...
Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you.
no matter what lies ahead.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information. These memories will show you the raw truth. But be aware that enemies...
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me.
We never give up halfway.
All right.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so... There's someone passed out on the ground. You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the second-in-command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa...
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life? Too slow.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that can be wielded with an iron will. Or you can continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast? The loneliness of death.
Well met. This is order. Gather. The depth of the killjoy. We've only just begun.
Squall and fury.
Bow your head.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the
In the original version of events, the Traveler once...
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates?
You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about...
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed... Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it. Someone...
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come.
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
I will have order. Solidify! Kamisato Arc. Suiyu!
Cry loud! The wind rises.
So soon.
Quit following me.
Prepare yourself.
Behold!
Can't run from death.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
considering that Immorta's sage...
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trip.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process, as...
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche.
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very...
It's normal for him to give you the creeps.
Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you...
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you...
In your eyes, are there any differences between...
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human world...
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim this. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules. With each person being as a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do...
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me, but then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins... I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something, so I beg you, grant me the...
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is... You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why This won't be the end! This is trying my patience.
Have you done all the research now?
You got any more stupid questions? Insignificant past! Too slow. You're dead! At my command, you shall fall! Insignificant past! Bow your head! That's far enough! Feeble Swarm Fury! My endless cycle begins upon the gale. Insignificant past! Unsightly insects! The wind rises. How amusing. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too.
Sorry. I'm harsh on my... You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has...
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking... After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not—
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world—
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten—
Even if I'm completely worthless, Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul.
Yes, and I took pains to make—
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the Doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. Self-embrace— Oh, right. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up—
I'm glad you're able to think of Traveler in the future, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exact— I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, so that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons, borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between—
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops, and some things in this world can— Everything that you feel is real and to be human is to live with imperfections.
But humans can't live without a heart.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer—
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty—
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't—
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after. It's all you...
Are you sure? Oh, alright. If you say.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will...
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the even though the events have been erased.
I see.
Huh?
It's fine. Let them stab. What's that look for? That day will... Alright. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant.
Yeah, true. But even so we can finally go eat?
Thank you both.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some word.
You mean because everyone...
Yeah! I heard that the dark clouds had... Then, one night, all these expressions of joy. Life is a story.
Quit following me. Too slow. Behold! Search forth!
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness... Wow! Huh? Look at the vape. Did someone...
You sound lost. I know why you are troubled.
Huh? Is there someone here?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird.
Who are you?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can.
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing? Anyway, that feels wrong just leaving it.